Hi everyone. This is episode 1.5 of 100 Days of. Last week I uploaded episode 1 and I told you about the goals that I had for 100 Days of. So episode 1.5 is essentially me sharing with you my review of week 1, which was October 1st through the 7th. And in week 1, I did my best to work on the goals that I discussed in the video. I did not get all of them. I had a lot of things going on in the first week that really threw me off. I was having a lot of challenges as well, so that really distracted me, but whatever I was able to do, especially on an emotional level, I did my best to do that. So we're going to review episode number 1. In this one, episode 1.5. So we're going to start off with the things that I did accomplish, and then we're going to move on to some of the challenges I was going through the first 7 days. So the first thing that I did somewhat consistently was oil pulling. I oil pulled almost every day, mostly in the morning, because by the time I got home, I was just too tired to work on anything. So over the course of the first week, I decided that I needed to amp up my oil pulling game, and I ended up buying this little Perio-Brite coconut oil pulling kit, and it comes with a toothbrush and a tongue scraper. So I don't know where the tongue scraper went. I lost it somewhere, but this is the toothbrush. I haven't opened it already because I already have a toothbrush and I've been using that. But the difference between this and coconut oil is this one is a mixture and the coconut oil is just coconut oil. The coconut oil I was using was extra virgin, unrefined, raw coconut oil. At a certain temperature, coconut oil solidifies, and at certain room temperatures, it will either melt or become softer, but when it's cold enough, it's a solid. But this one is fractionated coconut oil, which means that it stays liquid, and it comes in a little bottle, kind of shaped like, a shampoo, and there's a little lid on the top, and you can put it in a spoon. It also comes with a little measuring cup, but I'm not using that much coconut oil. I just put it in a tablespoon, and then I put it in my mouth. So this one was kind of challenging because I hate mint. I hate peppermint, wintergreen, any form of mint, spearmint. I hate it. The only mint I like is lemon balm. So just because I hate mint doesn't mean I'm not going to brush my teeth. Actually, brushing my teeth has been torturous since I was a child, but I'll do it like once or twice a day. I also don't like cinnamon, so cinnamon is not an option for me. The only forms of cinnamon I like are a cinnamon roll, some pumpkin pie, and maybe a carrot cake, and occasionally French toast. But other than that, I can't really handle cinnamon, and I don't do cinnamon toothpaste at all. But this blend right here has coconut oil, fractionated, peppermint oil, lavender oil, clove bud oil, eucalyptus. Even though it says Eucalyptus globulus, it just doesn't have just eucalyptus. Thyme, cinnamon bark, oregano, monk fruit, and monk fruit is a natural sweetener. So if you're somebody who has who's trying to sweeten your foods and different things, monk fruit is one, xylitol is one, jasmine flower, all sorts of things. It also has tocopherol, which is vitamin E. It has vitamin D3 and menaquinone 7, which is vitamin K2. And they put that in there because the vitamin K2 helps the D3 absorb into the bones and the teeth and stuff like that. So this thing really works. The reason I say it really worked was because after I was pulling as much as I can bear for maybe 10-15 minutes and I spit it out, all I could taste was the overpowering taste of peppermint. And even when I rinsed my mouth, it was still very minty fresh. So if you're one that's just a fan of peppermint, I think you will really like this. I think it lasted longer because it wasn't like a toothpaste where it's just like, okay, it suds, it's gone. It's an oil. So it's penetrating deep into your skin. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. Another thing that I've been doing is I've been reading. I've been reading more consistently on the bus and the train. I'm alternating between 2 books. I'm trying to complete Healing Through God's Pharmacy by Maria Trebin, and also complete the book, and it's like Native American Healing Rituals. I've been kind of moving at a snail's pace because my attention span over these past 7 days has been everywhere, and I feel I can't concentrate on anything. Mainly because I've been super stressed, but also because I'm doing multiple things at one time. But that's what I've been doing. I've been reading those books and reading books that you have to read every day for 30 days. So I'm working on those books too. I did not keep a to-do book for myself. I actually, once again, kept one for work. So I'm going to try tomorrow, once again, or at least on the 10th, 10/10, which is a nice day to start stuff, to do this to-do binder, or to-do notebook. I also was taking my tea and my vitamins. I did not take all of my vitamins. I kept taking my prenatal gummies. No, I'm not pregnant, but I had some prenatal gummies that I was taking so I could just work on my fertility for now, and I finished taking them. I realized that it's easier for me to have vitamins as gummies than to have them in capsule form, because usually the gummies are pretty tasty, so I'll just eat them, and a lot of them do work. I had to buy those hair, skin, and nail gummies that I had before that were really helping with my hair. But I finished my prenatal gummies, which took about 5 or 6 days to finish, and I took 2 a day. I also have been drinking tea by adding a tea bag to my water bottle. I've been drinking lemon balm tea, Damiana powder in my water, and a mixture of other herbs, and I think it's been helping. My nails haven't been growing, but my skin has become pretty clear. I haven't broken out in anything, you see? I haven't really broken out at all. And I think I've been doing a good job. I've been consistent with that. I also have not been doing workouts in my room. I've mostly been climbing hills. I've been walking up hills. I've been walking and walking and walking for hours and climbing up stairs, which I feel is kind of a workout, especially if it's in Forest Park, which I went to on Sunday. And all day Sunday, I was just walking up all of these hills. I was so tired by the end of that day that all I could do was sleep. I haven't done the inversion method, but I have been massaging my scalp. Obviously, I braided my hair, but it's still straight. That's why it looks really fine. It's still almost like flat ironed, so it hasn't gotten puffy again. But every time after I would get off of work and come home, I would massage my hair, I would massage my scalp, and I would use my little oil, especially on like this part of my hair, because I'm still growing. I never really had hair there anyway, but me massaging there has helped some hair grow. I added more money to my emergency fund because my goal is to have $1,000 specifically for an emergency fund by the end of this 100 days. I also, as far as school updated, I had to reapply to school because it had been maybe a year or two and I was considered inactive, so I had to do another application, which was pretty helpful. I changed my major, and pretty soon I'll be able to apply for classes when registration is open. So all of my debts for school, or for my second school, not my big school, which I still owe thousands of dollars in. But anyway, my big debt for my main school where I got my bachelor's degree, I have not paid off. But my smaller school, I paid off everything, so it's all good. It's all dandy and great. I'm excited to start this new journey. What other things? Sewing lessons. I don't have sewing lessons from my teacher for the next 2 weeks because she's out of town on vacation, and I've just been trying to finish the projects we've been working on. So these were the little squares. She had some leftover squares, and she was telling me to stitch it into grids. So I've been getting most of the leftover squares and trying to stitch them together because I think it's going to turn into a quilt. I've also been trying to push my limits because I know I'm not really great at sewing. So I've been trying to do projects that I feel would challenge me and get me more comfortable with the machine. So right now, I'm making another attempt at a teddy bear. You can't see its ears, but I decided to make a square teddy bear. I stitched the little bows. What is that? What was that explosion? Hello? But I stitched the little bows. I'm working on stitching its mouth. Right now, I'm going to glue. I'm probably going to make these smaller and glue this right here so it can have some little happy little cheeks. Obviously, this looks kind of janky, but I'm still trying. I did most with the sewing machine, but I had to stitch this one at the bottom. I stitched the buttons on there. I probably should have stitched around this because it's trying to fray, but I still think that I'm doing an okay job. I know you're wondering why this is a square teddy bear. This is all I'm able to do right now. I am not I'm not professional at making these arms, okay? Like, I'm doing what is within my limits. And what is within my limits right now is squares. So when I get more comfortable and talented, you will start seeing round arms. You will start seeing little legs. Even these ears were kind of hard for me. That's why I had to hide it behind some bows. So this is what I'm working on now. So hopefully by the end of this 100 days I'll have something that looks like something. But for now, this little cute thing is going to get stitched. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, decluttering. I have been going through my closet. I've already given away one huge bag of clothes to the church that isn't bougie. This past Sunday, I passed the church that denied the clothes that I tried to give them, the bougie church, so I passed them up because I wasn't even going to stop for these people. I'm like, forget y'all. So I was heading down to the church that always takes my clothes, and the lady had a big sign and was like, free food. So they had all these picnic tables out there, and I ate a hot dog, I ate a hamburger, I had just free food, and it was fun because I was hungry. And I ended up giving them my bag of clothes. So I was pretty happy about that. I have 2 more bags of clothes that I have set aside for them. I haven't gone through my complete closet as of yet. I have to go in rounds. But it's been helping. I've also been getting rid of my fabrics by making crazy looking sewing materials. When my teacher returns, I'm going to ask her to run me through those little zipper bags that she showed me how to make the first time, and I'm going to start selling them. But first I had to make some crazy looking bags before I make ones that are durable enough to sell. I've been looking at little videos on YouTube about how to make little sewing toys and patterns. So that's what I'm working on right now. This probably looks way more wonky than it should because I didn't use a pattern. I just made a square. I just made a square, so it looked kind of crazy. Yeah, so that's all I accomplished this week. So let me tell you a little bit about some of the challenges I faced this week that really threw me off. I wasn't able to work on my journals. I wasn't able to work on any buttons. I wasn't able to do any book reviews. No holiday cards. No nothing that I thought I was going to be doing. My work schedule changed, and that threw me off. I had to make a little new schedule for myself because I couldn't understand the text. Like, it's just this weird alternating schedule. So I also lost one work day for now. So instead of 5 days a week, I'm at 4 days a week. And I'm just readjusting my mind to a new schedule. And that's just been just one thing that threw me off. Not a bad thing, it just threw me off. Then we got a new person at work, which is great actually. I actually like that. That didn't throw me off. I was actually very happy because I felt less anxiety now that there's more than 2 people there. Another thing that actually, there were 2 other things that threw me off, but they weren't bad. They were somewhat opportunities. Hold on. Okay, everyone. I guess that was my little alarm to end the video. It was just a phone call that interrupted me. But as I was talking, I finished my little square bear. I glued it. So hopefully I will get better at sewing and I will be making really cool things and get good enough where I can give a tutorial. But other than that, this is what it looks like now. We will see what progress I make over the next several weeks of 100 Days Of. So, talk to you all later. Bye-bye.